What's up, guys? Mr. Dan here. I've gotten a few packages, as you can see, and this might be it for a little while, for a couple months. So I think what I'm going to do, let me just show you. Couldn't resist. I usually like to crack these on camera, but I cracked open the Hamilton Books fortune cookie. Then we got a Darkside Records, so these would all be used DVDs and a couple Blu-rays. And then I got from Kino-Lorber for their sale that they had at the beginning of October. I got these, I think, 11 Blu-rays. Very good prices on those. Some interesting titles, too. I picked up the latest copy of Drive-In Asylum, which is put together and edited by Bill Van Ryn. And they actually have a Facebook stream they do every Saturday night, / YouTube, I believe, Groovy Doom, where they do a double feature and have guests. Lots of really good interviews. He's like an archaeologist of ads. I mean, let's see. The best of also known as, yeah, he likes to track down all the different names that movies came out in back in the day. Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry. How about that? Blood and Black Lace. Ghoulies, He Knows You're Alone. Interview. It's pretty cool. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do, and I got The Mummy for $4. I got to dive into this. As you saw, I got the other Mummies, the Brandon Fraser ones, the whole trilogy. So I love mummy movies, but I'm going to dive into this and maybe sort of dissect it at some point in the future, along with the other mummy movies. So I think what I'm going to do, I'll be right back. I'm going to sort these out, and this will be a horror haul. Okay, so these are the ones that didn't make the horror cut. So we'll have to come back in November to show the rest of these collective hauls. I'm actually just going to show all the Hamilton Book ones, even though I've got a documentary in here. But to be fair, the guy was in a horror movie. Let's start with, and these still have the plastic on them, so let's start with a couple Argentos. These were the most expensive ones, but they're down from like 30 down to like 7 or 9. The Cat o' Nine Tails, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. I always forget if I've seen either one of these. I don't think I have. Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Tony Masante. I believe this is his first movie, correct? 1970, yep, first-time director. Cat o' Nine Tails has Carl Malden in it and James Franciscus. Okay, the second entry in the so-called Animal Trilogy. There you see the special features. Interviews, new interviews with Argento, I think they both do. And I think they both have a Morricone soundtrack. I'm not sure about this one. Oh, yep, Morricone, yeah, we can't go wrong there. I mean, you know, I don't have a whole lot of Giallos or Argento movies, so I'm kind of building up my collection. Next, we have, are you ready for The Brain? It's not a horror movie, it's a comedy, I think. Like I said, I'm just going to show all the Hamilton Book ones. I guess this is a comedy. Jean-Paul Belmondo, David Niven, Eli Wallach, and Boerville. Looks like a comedy, judging by this picture here. You got two, like, criminals. We're trying to hijack a train with someone holding up a newspaper of their pictures in the back. So I guess that's comedy. Looks like it could be fun. Here's the documentary. Who told me about this? Wow, I can't remember, but it's one of the gentlemen from the podcast, Good Times Podcast. Go to the Low IQ Media YouTube channel. That's where they have the Good Movies podcast, which I will be on this Thursday. Hopefully I'll get this video out before Thursday. I'll be talking about Hammer movies. That's where I learned about this documentary, I Am Thor, about John Mickle Thor, who was a glam rock guy who was in some really maybe not great movies like Zombie Nightmare and Rock and Roll Nightmare. Zombie Nightmare is a classic Mystery Science Theater episode. Next we have Hallows Eve. You got Tiffany Shepis and Daniel Harris. Halloween will never be the same. Not sure I'm going to get to that this Halloween, considering I haven't reviewed any of the Halloween movies that I've wanted to. And the month is almost half over. Now, this is interesting. This is something I'm really eager to say. This is, I never heard of this. This looks pretty fascinating. Here we have some animation. To Your Last Death. Okay, nice slipcover. Sticker on the plastic, too. Ray Wise, Bill Moseley, William Shatner are the names that I recognize. I watched about 20 seconds of the trailer, and I was like, okay, I'm all in. I'm all in on this. Definitely looking forward to trying that out. Okay, next, we've got, what do we got here? Okay, these are all going to be the Kino-Lorber ones I got. We have a Pamela Franklin film, And Soon the Darkness. Don't know much about it. Looks like Pamela Franklin will be chased. Two British nurses bicycling through the desolate French countryside. A mysterious stranger appears on a lonely stretch of road. Okay, I'm not really going to read any more. I'm a fan of Pamela Franklin, so that'll be a surprise. Now this one, oh, I already flipped the cover art. This one I got from Dr. Gangrene's Creepy Crawlies countdown that he's doing this October. Insect, also known as Blue Demon. Blue Monkey, there you go. Blue Monkey, that's the original cover. I flipped it around. Somebody uses the phrase Blue Monkey for some reason in the movie, and then that became the title, but it's about giant insects. It's a Canadian horror film. It's got Steve Railsback, and there you go, John Vernon, Canadian actor. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Outlaw Josie Wales, I love that guy. He's always good. So there you go. So looking forward to that. Giant bug movie. I always pick up a few recommendations from Dr. Gangrene every year. I end up watching like 4 or 5 movies that I've never heard of or seen because of his recommendations. All right, next. We got a comedy. Horror comedy. But you know what it is. Young Frankenstein. Classic. And there you have Kenneth Mars as Inspector Kemp. He's absolutely hilarious. Fun fact, when Mel Brooks went on Johnny Carson, The Tonight Show, Johnny was laughing about that, and Mel Brooks said he got it from The Bride of Frankenstein. The character that they're spoofing actually came from Son of Frankenstein. So it actually helps if you see Frankenstein, The Bride of Frankenstein, and Son of Frankenstein to get all the jokes. But hilarious. Beautiful looking movie, too. What do we got? Okay, next, we've got some TV terror. Now, a lot of people probably wouldn't even buy these, and some of these are available on YouTube. First, I got one that you may have seen the title already. It's got a slipcover. James Earl Jones, Estelle Parsons, the UFO incident. So he plays Barney Hill in this, James Earl Jones. Barney and Betty Hill. Okay. Hey, just chilling. It's a little, it's a little primitive in some parts. It's also got this guy, Bernard Hughes. You'll recognize his voice. Great voice. And it basically talks about, where were they? The White Mountains of New Hampshire. Supposedly they were visited by extraterrestrials. And Barney Hill led a very tortured life. After that, he is I believe, the grandfather of the UFC fighter Angela Hill. Just fun fact. I mean, it's, just throw that out there. Let me tell you something. James Earl Jones' performance in this, and I did watch this on YouTube years ago, is phenomenal. They put Barney Hill, the real one, under hypnosis. During that hypnosis, when he says the aliens are approaching his car, he lets out a shriek that will chill you to the bone. And James Earl Jones duplicates that perfectly. It is really a good scene, as I remember it. But, wow, that's good. Next, we're going to transition into some Vincent Price action. So we'll go we're not going to totally go sequentially in order. But 71 and 72, we had The Abominable Dr. Phibes, and Dr. Phibes Rises Again. And yesterday, I took my son and his college roommate to see the original Fly at the Colonial Theater, and there was a Q&A from Victoria Price. He was talking, she likes the Fly because he's a good guy in that. But, yeah, lots, really nice lady, very nice lady. She's been there before. I didn't get her autograph or anything. It seems like she comes once a year, so I'm looking forward to maybe doing that in the future. But very nice lady, lots of fun facts, such as Vincent Price's grandfather invented baking powder. Did not know that. Okay, so 1973, Theater of Blood. I was late to the party on this. I had seen the Fives movies years ago and then rewatched them. Theater of Blood, probably one of the great Vincent Price movies that I hadn't seen. Vincent Price and Diana Rigg. Also has Ian Hendry in it. I love that guy. Speaking of great voices. So, 3 really good revenge movies. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, guys. I was going to do the 3. Why are they over here? I was going to do the 3. I screwed that up. I was going to do the 3 made-for-TV movies, then the Vincent Price movies. I messed that up. Anyway, next, the Immortal Classic. Again, free on YouTube last time I checked, but I decided to pick up a copy. Killdozer, Clint Walker. But a fun movie. Robert Urich, Neville Brand, about a possessed bulldozer, which becomes a killdozer. And it's just made-for-TV fun. Yeah, these are pretty bare bones inside. Next, this is one I'm really interested to see. I know Valerie Harper just left us not too long ago. You know, great actress. So much good work on TV. Night Terror, a.k.a. Night Drive. This seems like that other one, And Soon the Darkness in plot. She's the only witness to a murder, and the murderer is right behind her. And this has, I have her book, commentary by Amanda Reyes. Okay, I follow her on Instagram, and I have her one book. She's done commentary on some made-for-TV movies and television shows. Really, really good stuff. And this, it's got this guy, you know, one of the Clint Eastwood regulars. And we're going to learn his name right now.
Right now. We're going to find out this guy's name. Who is he?
John Quaid. Every Which Way But Loose. Also Josie Wales. Many, many Clint Eastwood movies. Well, let's put those on the... Oh, actually, we'll put the Vincent Prices on top because I got used 4-film Vincent Price collection. I'll just let you look at the titles. 3 Roger Cormans and Madhouse. Madhouse is one that I have either... I know I started to watch it. I remember a lot of the beginning. Either I don't remember it or I didn't finish it. But that's the main one that I wanted. Tales of Terror is fun. Nice anthology. Vincent Price, Peter Lorre, and Basil Rathbone. Speaking of Son of Frankenstein. But there's 4 Vincent Price movies. So, I'm on a Vincent Price tear. Next, I got this Broken. Not to be confused with the Broken that I reviewed that I got from Dollar Tree. This is like that was not really horror. This is a horror film. Broken makes Saw look like a children's film. Based on a horrifying true story. Somebody's taken captive by a madman. Okay, next is the Immortal Classic, Tremors. One of the greatest homages to 1950s monster movies ever made. A few weeks ago I got 8-Legged Freaks. That's a good one. I think this is the very best homage to 50s monster movies ever made. Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward, rest in peace. Victor Wong, what a great cast. Tons of fun. Seen it so many times. Pretty much have it memorized, but what the heck. Thought I'd get it and put it in my collection. Next, I had to do a double take when I saw this. Scott Glenn, The Barber. For 30 years, a serial killer has been hiding in plain sight. Okay, just let you look at that. Stephen Tobolowsky. And the reason I did a double take is there is a Malcolm McDowell movie called The Barber. I believe it's called The Barber, where he plays a barber who may or may not be a serial killer. That one is set, I believe, in Alaska. Next, Jaws 2. Haven't seen it in forever. My son and I watched Jaws. I thought he might enjoy watching this. I'm going to save this one for the summer. Maybe when we're down at the beach. More on that later. And then, next, I've never seen it. The Frank Langella Dracula. Laurence Olivier as Van Helsing. You know, I figured I might as well go ahead and watch it. There's some things about it that I don't like. In terms of the premise and the lack of fangs. Not the premise, the lack of fangs. I don't know. But we'll give it a watch. I mean, you got Donald Pleasence as the Doctor. Kate Nelligan, too. She was big back then. So I'll give it a watch. Should be interesting. Well, there you go, guys. There's my horror haul. Let's go ahead and throw the Mummy on there. What do you guys think? Have you seen any of these? Or are you interested in any of these? And come back again. I guess that looks like it's enough for a single haul. So I'll have another haul in November. And until then, have fun and happy trick-or-treating. And I will talk to you later.